It's very common sense to think that.
Yeah.
And if something has moved, and you're correct, on the 9th of January, 2025,
which is exactly a year ago.
Silver closed at $30.09.
Yeah.
You see a message that says the bank has 1 million rand left for all customers in the country. You'll probably take everything out. So what happens? Everyone rushes to go and
collect
everything out. Then when they get to COMEX with all their certificates, there's no more silver there. Silver is the fastest conductor of electricity. We know that cell phones are marketing themselves as who takes the better photos, computers, which has got the fastest processor, AI, which one gives you the best information quickly, good prompts and so forth. So everything in technology is about speed.
Africa, welcome back to another episode of The Money Revolution. I am your host, Masijela Waramanzu, and we at The Money Revolution are a podcast that empowers you to build wealth through the sharing of information and ideas about how money really works. I don't come alone. I have my co-host with me. Once again, Ghost Money, welcome.
Thank you very much, my brother. It is good to be back.
Thank you, Ghost Money. Before we get into today's episode, I just want to quickly remind our viewers about our sponsors in Stockiles Gold. Africa, Stockiles Gold is an authorized dealer in both gold and silver coins, and they are registered with the Financial Intelligence Center. Stockiles Gold assists us and many global clients with all of their gold and silver purchases at the lowest prices that you are going to get anywhere on the market. I want to encourage you, Africa, to hit the Stockiles Gold link in the episode description below, and they will take good care of you. I also want to encourage you, Africa, to follow The Money Revolution on all of our social media platforms that is in the description below. Today, Ghost Money, I want us to discuss something that we touched on in one of our previous episodes, and it caused quite a bit of a stir when we touched on it, and I just want us to expand on it a little bit because the time frame for it has come to sort of like an expiration, right? We talked about, and this is an article in Reuters from the 30th of December 2025. It says that China names companies allowed to export silver over the next 2 years, which is 2026 and 2027. So just to go back a little bit, we mentioned that silver has imposed import restrictions on its silver supplies. On its export, excuse me. And we also mentioned the fact that China is a very huge role player in the refinery of silver within the silver market. And we've touched also on some of the impacts that such a huge decision will have on the silver squeeze that we're currently experiencing. So now they've named their 40 companies that will be allowed to engage in the exporting of gold. And then the other companies in other countries are almost sort of like compliantly restricted from engaging in exports of gold, of silver with China.
Maybe before you go into listing those companies, maybe you can share with our audience how important silver is in industry and technology, so that there's context as to what this silver thing actually means.
No, that's very key. That's very important, Goose Money. And I think I just want to remind you viewers that, you know what, silver is a very key and very beautiful metal. I actually have one of my gold coin, one of my silver coins here. courtesy of Stockpile Gold. So silver is a very critical mineral, for lack of a better word, that plays a role within industry and a lot of the progressive technologies that we are having in the world today. So, for example, each and every electrical vehicle requires silver. Each and every solar panel requires silver. Computers, cell phones, the majority of electrical circuit boards, they require silver to function because silver is the best conductor of electricity that you're going to get anywhere
Very important.
in the world.
Very important.
Right? And so there's sort of like an exponential increase in the demand for silver because of the policy direction that the world is taking, that is going through green energy and almost leaving that
The fossil fuel.
the fossil fuel and the combustion of a lot of air into the atmosphere, right? So that has impacted significantly the demand for silver. But also on the other hand, there is a supply squeeze in that a lot of the mines that do mine gold have since which year? Since silver. Sorry, since a couple of years ago, have reported declines in their production capacity for the metal. So basically, we are in a situation where there's a huge demand increase and also a huge supply decrease in the silver market. And just before we go further deep into this, I find it interesting, right? Because there's a question that says, if all this silver supply is going away, how is it going to impact us if we are using this for monetary purposes?
Well, I mean, that's a very good question.
Good question, right?
And I think it's worthwhile for our viewers to actually really appreciate when you say silver is the fastest conductor of electricity.
Yeah.
We know that cell phones are marketing themselves as who takes the better photos, computers, which has got the fastest processor, AI, which one gives you the best information, quickly, good prompts and so forth. So everything in technology is about speed. If, for instance, you started replacing silver with copper, basically you're going back to the 1970s.
Yeah, it's going to be slow. Your connection is going to be very, very slow.
Economies would collapse because suddenly everything that we've become used to getting at the snap of our fingers starts taking longer and longer. Internet connections become slower. Downloading videos takes longer.
Keeps buffering.
Where will YouTube be? Where will YouTube be when all the technology which supports quick transmission of data starts to run out?
A bit of a squeeze,
And there's a squeeze. And then all the manufacturers have to start using slower, latent metals such as copper. That would be a big problem. So from the manufacturer's point of view, they're not prepared. Samsung is not prepared to go back to the 1970s.
Definitely not,
Microsoft is not prepared to go back to the 90s. DeepSeek, all the AI tools, they're looking forward. They're not looking backwards. The next best conductor of electricity after silver is
gold.
Now imagine if Samsung, which has been buying silver for $60, $70, $80 per ounce, right? And now they cannot get their hands on silver.
They have to go find a replacement for that.
They've got two choices. Either they use gold and maintain that high speed, or they use copper and go back to the 1970s. Which one do you think they'll do?
So that has a direct impact on the prices of silver, so to say, right? Because if this metal will only be substituted by another metal that is currently trading at a very, very, very high price, it means that the price of silver would have to soar to almost like a similar amount or cost to the gold price.
That's true.
To be able to do that.
I mean, imagine Samsung, Google, Apple. They all need silver. But the silver's running out. Right? Now, the next best thing is gold. But these guys all realize that there's still some silver somewhere. There's some South Africans, some guys in Kenya, some guys in Malaysia who have got silver coins and bars. They're going to bid for those silver resources. And they're going to be bidding against each other. And that bid price will go up until it matches the alternative. So a silver squeeze could very well see silver prices going all the way up to almost matching gold prices, which is astronomical.
To think about, right? And I have conversations with some of the people around my circle, right? And so silver prices at the beginning of last year, 2025, it was relatively low amounts, around 30. Yeah, put up the chart there so that we can see the numbers. But I remember them trading at around $30, $20 not too long ago, right?
Not too long.
And there has been like a very exponential increase from those trading numbers to what it is trading at right now. And there's someone, probably an audience member here, looking at our videos and saying, I've missed out already. I've missed out on the exponential increase. What would you say to someone who comes to you with the type of suggestion?
I mean, it's very common sense to think that.
Yeah.
If something has moved, and you're correct, on the 9th of January, 2025,
which is exactly a year ago,
silver closed at $30.09.
Yeah.
On the 9th of January
today,
2026, which is today, so let's say the 8th of January, silver closed at 76.9. Now that's almost a 3 times increase. So if you had bought 50,000 rands worth of silver coins a year ago, you'd be sitting on a stockpile worth 150,000 today.
Okay.
Now, what would I say to someone that says, I think it's over? Well, you have to look at the economic fundamentals.
The fundamentals,
Because the more scarce something becomes, the more pressure there is on the price. Now, so let's look at the stocks of silver in the vaults. And we're going to use the biggest vault on earth, which is the Commodities Exchange.
The COMEX,
There are a couple of other vaults. There's the LBMA in London. COMEX is in the US. LBMA is in London. Then there's the Shanghai, which is in China. But COMEX is the price setter because of the amount of silver stocks that they actually hold. Now, the COMEX vaults were sitting in early 2025. They were sitting at the registered inventory at COMEX. So there's 2 types of stocks. There's registered, which is silver that's available for delivery. So Masijela goes and buys an EFT, SLV, silver EFT, and then he has that certificate that he can go and collect the actual physical silver from COMEX anytime. That's the registered silver. It's deliverable. Then you've got the other silver in the same vault, which is called eligible. Okay. Now that is stored, but it's not deliverable. Masijela can't take the certificate and go and claim the eligible silver. What is eligible silver? It's the silver that's being stored by banks, JP Morgan, Bank of America, and other banks outside of their own vaults. So it's already owned by someone. Nobody can come with a paper claim and say, I've come to claim this gold. So when we look at the early 2025 registered inventory
for the eligible side, right?
According to the reference is a company called ST Bullion. They report that COMEX in early 2025, when the silver price was about 30, had a stock of 73 million ounces. 73 million ounces.
73 million ounces,
Okay. Now, you fast forward to the year end of 2025, 73. It went up to 128 million ounces. So basically, the COMEX expanded its silver stocks from 73 to 128.
128,
And during that period of increasing the stocks, the price went from 30 276.
76 that it is quoted today.
It is quoted
Yeah,
today.
as of yesterday,
Right?
yeah.
So that expansion of the silver stocks at COMEX was not enough to manage the price. So notwithstanding the expansion of COMEX's registered inventory from 73
Yeah.
to 128, the silver price went up by almost 3 times.
Either way.
But what has happened since the end of December? I'm talking about in the last 8 days.
Yeah.
In the last 8
Since
days.
the beginning of the current year.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the last 8 days, there have been daily withdrawals of almost 3 million ounces per day. The most recent withdrawal of silver.
Yeah.
The registered silver.
From the
vault.
COMEX, from the vault and at COMEX.
People who are saying, hey, I've got this certificate. I want my silver.
I want my physical.
I want it now.
Yeah.
Okay. 3.2 million ounces
Of
in a day
Of withdrawal.
of withdrawals. Can you see that at that daily rate of withdrawal?
The vaults will be empty at some point.
128 million ounces divided by 3 is what? That's 40 days. The vault could be empty
In
by
40
the
days.
end of February.
Flip. That's huge.
Now the
That's
question is, why are the guys withdrawing such large volumes? Let's go back to your story. I think that's where your answer lies.
Okay. Let's go back to the story, right? So, again, as we've already alluded to, the article says that silver, as a precious metal used in jewelry, used in solar panel, and also other industries, has soared to record highs. We've also mentioned that. And by its inclusion on the U.S. critical mineral list, supply constraints and low inventories amid raising industrial and investment demands. Right. So this is what the article is saying in conclusion to the fact that only a number of 44 companies have been allowed to do trade of silver exports as an on an export level with China. So here are the companies. So I'm just going to read out a couple of them. Right. I'm not going to read all of them. We have. Yeah, quite a lot of them are
probably in Mandarin.
Yeah, Mandarin. Right?
Chinese
So
names.
Shanghai Hardware and Mineral Development Company Ltd, Soho. So this is an SOE. That is Jiangsu, in the Jiangsu province. I'm assuming that's in China. Yeah. So what I'm gathering is that a lot of these companies have roots within the Chinese economy. Yeah. So to say,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And this is probably an exercise that you and I should do.
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if those 40, because there were hundreds. There were hundreds of small, medium-sized Chinese miners. China produces 13% of the global silver mining supply.
Yeah.
And annually, there's 800 million ounces
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
That's mined.
that comes through the mining.
From the mining
and so
sector.
that's apart from the refinery processes that they also do, because I know that they are
They're refining
the
even
biggest.
more.
Yeah, they
I
refine even more.
think that their refining is close to 50%.
Yeah, of the global supply.
Of the global refining capacity.
Yeah.
So even though they produce 13, which is a big number,
Yeah, also already
That's
a
a big
huge number. Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
but the refining to go from raw silver into a coin or a bar,
Yeah.
almost 50% of the refining capacity is in China.
Yeah.
So you can mine your silver, but to get it to be usable by Samsung, it has to go via China.
Yeah.
Most of it. Okay.
Over 50% of it, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that the reduction to the 40, which they've said have got the right to export silver,
44. Yeah.
44.
Yeah.
I think they're probably all linked to the Communist Party.
Yeah.
So on the surface, it looks like China is still complying with the World Trade Organization rules.
Yeah.
They're not restricting exports.
Yeah.
They're just regulating. So they're saying, look, you got to make sure that people are wearing gumboots on site. You got to make sure that the health records are in place.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you do medical assessments of your
Before people
employees.
enter the mine.
So they create these rules,
Yeah.
which the World Trade Organization can't say, no, you mustn't have those.
Yeah.
But they designed the rules such that the only companies left are the ones that are controlled by the government. So it's an embargo on exports.
Yeah, on exports, and it's actually pushing out other players.
That's what it actually is.
Through compliance.
Now, I want to just come back here to another statistic that I found on the COMEX.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did mention that the registered silver stocks were sitting at 128 million, up from 73 million. So they increased in 2025, but the price of silver still went up because of the squeeze.
Because of the squeeze and
the demand.
And the demand for and also the demand for physical delivery of the metal. Yeah.
Now let's look at over the last 40 days.
Yeah.
Remember now the market is aware that China is going to, from the 1st of January, restrict
impose these the export embargoes. Yeah.
Over the last 40 days, 50 million ounces of registered silver have gone out of COMEX.
Yeah.
Averaging about 1.2 million ounces per day.
Okay. Yeah, as mentioned, yeah.
Now, at 1.2 million ounces per day, 128 million ounces would take 100 days, 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. But we know that on the 7th to 8th of January, it was 3.2 million ounces, not 1.2.
Yeah.
So it seems that the rate of withdrawal of the ounces is increasing.
Yeah, it's increasing. So if you use that principle, you'd have to shorten the day.
You'd have to shorten. We did say at 3.2 million, it will take, we said what? 128 divided by 3.2. What was the number? So about 40. We said about 40 days.
About 40 days, yeah.
So we're looking at a window.
By February, then.
We're looking at a window of 40 days to 120 days. To 100 days.
Yeah.
Between 40 and 100 days, COMEX will have no more silver.
So wait, just before you continue with that point, because I think this is a very huge question to ask. What would happen? What are the ramifications of that on the silver market, where a large institution like the COMEX vaults are empty?
I think it will cause a disruption to the banking system, because the first thing that will happen if COMEX runs empty and then the public becomes aware, because that's an event of default. Remember, COMEX's promise is we will hold enough silver to meet your paper claim. If you have a certificate that you bought on the JSE, that you bought on the New York Stock Exchange, that you bought on an international exchange, you can come anytime and collect your silver that is reflected on the certificate. Now, if the COMEX runs empty, that's an event of default. And when there's an event of default in any environment, it causes a panic.
It's a huge.
Imagine you go to the ATM to withdraw money.
The money that you supposedly have in your
money that you have in the bank.
Yeah.
And you see a message on the screen to say, the bank has run out of money. Or you see a message that says, the bank has 1 million rand left for all customers. You'll probably take everything out. So what happens? Everyone rushes to go and
collect
everything out. Then when they get to COMEX with all their certificates, there's no more silver there. That will send the price of silver to the moon, because now it actually confirms that there's a dislocation.
And that's something that we've touched on. And I think there's also a dislocation between the paper market and also the actual physical market of silver. And which is very, very, very significant. You know what, Gosmani? I think we'll wrap up this episode, and I just want to thank you for your very insightful views. Mo Africa, we once again want to encourage you to hit the Stockfile Gold link in the episode description below, Mo Africa, and they will assist you in acquiring your own gold and silver coins. We want to thank you for joining us, Mo Africa. We want to encourage you to please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our content. And remember, Mo Africa, we are an educational platform, and our mission is to help you grow and wake up the masses and really understand how money really works. And remember, Mo Africa, if it's paper, it will perish.